Youth Participate Project is a regional exchange project between Youth Alive Kenya, YAK, in Kenya, Youth Empowerment and Transformation Trust, YERT, in Zimbabwe, and Center for Youth Empowerment and Civic Education, CIESE, in Malawi. The main goal of the project is to achieve inclusive participation of young people in development process in Kenya, Zimbabwe, and Malawi. The exchange program aims to strengthen and build capacity of the three partner organizations and their member organizations in promoting meaningful youth engagement and participation in development. Takayedza Tafire, a vibrant youth leader from Zimbabwe, is a beneficiary of the Youth Participant Project. He is one of the success stories of the South to South exchange program, and he shares his story.
I participated in the Youth Participate Norec South to South exchange program in 2019, where I was basically attached in Malawi under CIESE, Center for Youth Empowerment and Civic Education, where I was responsible for assisting in the implementation of some of the activities that were taking place at CIESE. It was a turbulent learning period whereby you have to then assimilate into a different culture, a different environment. I remember at the time I was in Malawi, we had to go to places, the rural communities like Machinga, Kalumbu. There, people, their English literacy rate is very, very low. I wasn't actually familiar with Chewa. I wasn't actually familiar with some of the local languages that were transpiring, that are used actually in Malawi. I feel like the exchange should actually have a full month where people should learn about culture dynamics, learning about the Norec cultures, about some of the exchanges that are within the Norec bracket. I now sit in the Greater Urban Constituent Development Committee, not only as a member but as a leader in that forum. And post that, I also got employment with Youth Empowerment and Transformation Trust. I started as a program assistant, and now I'm in office where I'm also helping to implement some of the key projects that are happening at an organization, which actually testify how I've developed in terms of my leadership, interpersonal and organizational skills. My sincere gratitude goes to Youth Empowerment and Transformation Trust, yet faced, because it has actually been a mother to me and other young people in Zimbabwe.
Nompilo Nkomo is a young firebrand and youth leader from Bulawayo who benefited immensely from her stint in Kenya. She shares her story.
The exchange helped me to discover a part of myself. I think it helped me discover just how passionate I am about meaningful youth engagement, because the exchange was built on the foundation of Youth Participate. I got the opportunity to travel to quite a number of counties such as Kiambu, Kakamega. Yeah, it was quite a number of them, and through those experiences I would also get to share how we do things in Zimbabwe. The playing ground in the Kenyan context is a lot better. I think they are more of a united front when they want to see a certain type of change within their society. For strong youth movements to actually exist, it's important that we have programs such as the exchange programs, where we go into different parts of Africa or even other parts of the world. So we experience different settings that make us possibly think out of the box or totally throw away the box. But beyond that, I'm also the executive director now at Yield. It's huge responsibility, challenging, but also I think the exchange has helped prepare me better for it. I was supposed to be there for 4 months, but we ended up spending 8 months in Kenya. So with COVID also, it meant we were very limited in terms of obviously movement. I'm super grateful to Norec and the three partners, that's Youth Alive Kenya, CIESE, and my home organization, that would be YET, for the exchange opportunity. I think I didn't just grow professionally, but like I mentioned earlier, I think I grew as an individual in terms of self-discovery, finding my interest and my passions, and saying I think I'm mostly passionate about this.
Clarice Rufaro Masia is a young, vibrant writer from Mutari who went to Kenya to participate in the exchange program. She shares her story.
I participated in the youth participation project in 2019. I worked mainly in Kenya, and that's where I learned a lot about devolution and stuff, and that's how I got also to consult and also facilitate about devolution when I came back home. I got to learn about how other people outside of Zimbabwe exist, like their experience, their way of life is different. That's cultural experiences. And I also learned that African governments are capable of actually having a certain level of democracy, and young people, I also learned that young people are also able to participate and utilize their voices to its full capacity. Last year, 2021, I was nominated for the Continent Democracy in Africa prize, Comment Prize, and it was something that evolved because of that. I met a lot of people who were into writing, and they taught me, they gave me pointers, and I've been facilitating programs to do, or programs or even events to do with devolution and delimitation process due to the knowledge that I gained while I was in Kenya. There's need for more time for this South to South exchange program. I feel that 3 months is just a bit too little for one to assimilate the wealth of knowledge that comes from being an exchange participant. Thank you, Youth Empowerment and Transformation Trust, for selecting me to be part of such a prestigious opportunity, an opportunity that empowered me, an opportunity that allowed me to learn, an opportunity that has made me become the woman that I am today as I continue to grow.
Constance Maseko is a young entrepreneur based in Gwanda, Matabeleland South. She shares her journey in the South to South exchange program.
The South to South exchange program is also called Youth Participate. The program is a network between Malawi, Kenya, and Zimbabwe for young people to learn and share experiences. During the exchange program, I was deployed in Malawi, and I was working with CS. What I learned from the organization was they engaged, or they employed innovative ideas for the challenges that their communities were facing. The challenges, basically, it was the language, the local language. As an individual, it has helped me like build more network, and also it has helped me to like gain more confidence, and I have like more facilitating skills. I would like to urge the organizers to continue implementing the South to South exchange program, even through digital platforms, so that young people can continue to learn from each other and share experiences.
Natasha Ruyer is a young activist from Chitungwiza, but currently studying in Cape Town, South Africa. She narrates her journey in the exchange program.
I was assigned to Kenya and be part of Youth Alive Kenya, where we exchange knowledge on youth participation as well as youth engagement in general. So I realized that in terms of youth participation, there is a lot that is lacking. And it's not only a Zimbabwean issue, but it's just a continent issue which needs to be addressed from the point of view of youth sharing ideas from different countries that they come from, so that they try to come up with interventions and solutions that are solely or suited for the African context. I had to adapt to the Kenyan context, and one of the important thing that I told myself, like, you should really know and understand, was the Kenyan constitution. So it was a little bit of a challenge, because I really wanted to be like, you know, at par with whatever was happening, as well as put it in context with the constitution and try to align it with whichever activities that we were partaking in or networking events that we were part of. The Natasha that was in for that exchange program during that time in 2019 has evolved because of that, especially even regarding to the exposure itself. I would like to extend my gratitude to Youth Empowerment and Transformation Trust, because it was once in a lifetime opportunity which shaped me to the individual that I am right now.
George Maina is a young youth leader from Kenya who participated in the South to South project in Zimbabwe during the COVID-19 lockdown period. He shares his experience during the exchange program.
My name is George Maina. I'm 35 years old, and I'm currently the programs assistant at Youth Alive Kenya. Pandemic hit 2020 in March. I ended up extending for a period of 8 months. So there's a lot that I learned, especially from at a personal level. It has to do with culture. Being in a new country, I was hosted by Youth Empowerment and Transformation Trust, that's in Zimbabwe. I learned a lot about the Zimbabwean culture, the country itself, the politics, and even the history of Zimbabwe as a country. But apart from that, I also got a chance to learn more about what Youth Empowerment and Transformation does, especially in advocacy, building capacity of young people in Zimbabwe and giving them a strong voice. For me, the biggest challenge was the currency. I think the first 1 week, I had to spend time just to understand, where do I use the bond notes, where do I use EcoCash, where do I use the US dollars. There's also the issue of language. In order for the program to have meaningful impact, I would say it would be good to extend the program to at least 6 months, so that when you go to a different country, you get more time to learn. So after the exchange program, I was able to get a job at Youth Alive Kenya itself. So I would say personally that was some kind of an achievement for me, and I was also able to now be the project lead for the South to South exchange. So I would say thank you so much, especially to Norec for supporting this project, and also always being able to be flexible enough, even during emergencies, because when COVID struck, we were not stranded. Norec was able to be very flexible with our engagement, and they said your safety comes first. So the fact that Norec has the participants' welfare at heart, that is quite encouraging, and I would like to appreciate them for that.
Youth from the 3 partner countries have been benefiting from the South to South learning, sharing and knowledge transfer from one country to another in the Youth Participate project. This platform has contributed immensely in strengthening the youth movements across borders, as young people get an opportunity to learn from each other, transforming their communities in the process.